This video will demonstrate how to create the asymmetrical triangle arrangement required for the Texas State Floral Association Level 2 exam. To make this arrangement, you will be provided with a container, wet foam, anchor tape, 9 carnations, 10 stems of leatherleaf, 2 stems of Israeli ruscus or myrtle, and 1/3 bunch of miniature carnations. You will need to bring snips, pruning shears, and a floral knife to the exam. If the foam is not already securely attached, tape the foam in place horizontally with 2 pieces of anchor tape. Once the foam is securely in place, slice off the front corners of the foam to make it easier to insert the stems. Now we will begin to place the carnations. Before inserting them, cut them at an angle for easy insertion into the foam, and fluff the tight carnations to make it a more circular shape. To begin insertion, the first stem will be approximately 16 inches tall or 18 inches from the top of the carnation to the table. It will be inserted into the back corner of the foam at a vertical angle near 90 degrees. The second carnation will be placed at approximately a 45-degree angle on the left side of the foam. It should be tilting slightly backwards. The third carnation will work with the second carnation to create a visual diagonal line across the foam. The total length between the second and third should be approximately 18 inches. The third carnation should be placed horizontally in the foam, facing slightly forward in the bottom right-hand corner. The fourth carnation should be inserted vertically into the center line of the foam. It should be angled slightly to the right and slightly in front of the first flower. The fifth stem should be inserted radially or at an angle in front of the fourth stem to create a focal point for the design. It should be at an angle, but it should not be any lower than the second and third carnations. The stem should be inserted just past the first tape line into the foam to give depth to the arrangement. The side view will help with where to place the flowers. The sixth carnation should be placed radially in the left-hand corner to direct the carnation to face forward, creating a diagonal line with the other carnations, and creating an asymmetrical shape. The seventh carnation will be placed in the right-hand corner in front of the third carnation in order to follow the diagonal line of the arrangement. The eighth carnation stem should be inserted radially into the left side of the foam 2/3 of the way back in between the first and second carnations. This should create a diagonal line on the left side of the arrangement. Finally, the ninth stem should also be inserted radially on the right side of the foam, near the X shape formed by the tape of the container. This should now create the basic asymmetrical shape of the arrangement. To green the arrangement, begin by adding leatherleaf using a radial placement in the same manner as the flowers were inserted, maintaining the asymmetrical triangular shape of the arrangement. Foliage should cover the stems and floral foam, and should not be taller than the flowers. When trimming the leatherleaf, save the excess to fill in the bottom of the foam that will be more difficult to cover up later. A stem for leatherleaf should be inserted at least 1 to 2 inches deep into the oasis in order to take up water and maintain stability within the arrangement. Be sure to cover all sides of the arrangement and make sure that the foam is not visible from all angles, front, side, and back. Finally, insert the Israeli ruscus to define and support the number 1 insertion, adding stability to the overall arrangement. All greenery should be inserted in the same pattern as the carnations and should be used to support the stems. Greenery should be used in filler places to fill gaps and cover the foam. No mechanics should be showing, but the greenery should not be taller than the flowers. The asymmetrical triangle shape of the arrangement should remain clear. The final step of the arrangement is to insert miniature carnations as filler flowers in order to create depth. For stems that have multiple blooms, it is possible to use short stems for depth and separate the taller pieces to add some interest within the design. All stems should be placed radially in order to create movement within the design. Filler flowers should be inserted securely into the foam. Do not overfill the design with miniature carnations. Depending on the number of blossoms per stem, you may not need all of the miniature carnations. The completed asymmetrical triangle design should include the container, 1/3 a block of foam, 9 carnations, 1/3 bunch of miniature carnations, and 10 stems of leatherleaf, along with 2 stems of Israeli ruscus or myrtle.